Hi there, I'm Clarence Waldron. Welcome back to Black Muse. Tonight's guest, tonight's guest is Dr. Walt Whitman. He is the founder and director of the famed Soul Children of Chicago. Let's just get right into it right now. I'm so excited. Hey, what's up,
Well, it's
bud?
good to have great to
Yeah,
be here. Like
yeah,
Clarence said, just
yeah,
I'm excited. Let's
yeah,
go.
yeah. Let's
Let's
do it.
make it happen.
Yeah,
Let's
let's
jump in.
let's jump in. So you guys are so busy. You've been rehearsing for a concert. There's a big concert coming up in July.
Yes, we have
Tell us
our
about that,
the
please.
national. So the Sultan has been gifted with their national own national holiday by the governor, and so July the 27th is the day that he said this is the National Soul Children Day. So on the 26th, because it's on Monday, we're going to do a big concert on the 26th in the evening. And we're going to celebrate. We celebrate our alumni. We celebrate our graduates. We give out the scholarships. But we're going to finally do a concert. We haven't done a concert in several years now
Really?
here in the city of Chicago. So we're
Okay.
going to do a concert. And we're
Okay.
going to do it as we call it Soul Children Takeover. So kind of a spin off of the teen takeovers in our city. Soul Children Takeover concert like never before.
Cool. Cool. So what else can we expect though?
New music. You're
New
gonna
music.
have artists. You're gonna have an engaging, fun experience, along with seeing kids who are successful have now graduating and seeing some kids getting ready to move to the next level. So we call ourselves the next generation of global leaders. I'm training up the next generation, and so that's kind of what this is going to depict. It's going to show the kids moving to their next level, how the Soul Children of Chicago, after 45 years, still operating as young people who are doing it on a level like none other.
Wow. So I got to ask you, how can one audition for the Soul Children of Chicago?
Oh, you can go to our website now. We got a www.soulchildrenchicago.org. Or you can call us at 773-881-8120. And we're looking for kids between the ages of 17. Well, really, 7 to 16. You can stay to 17, but you need to come in at 16 so that you don't have to be so old when you get out. It's the
Okay.
soul children, not the soul adults.
So silly. Okay, let's go to the beginning. What inspired you to start the Soul Children of Chicago?
Well, I tell it now. It's a running joke that
Okay.
I said. First of all, I never liked kids. That's number one. So God has a sense of humor, and so that 45 years later, here I am working with kids. I started out as a Catholic school teacher, a music teacher, and
Yes.
so they wanted me to start a choir, and so that's kind of how it happened. It kind of I saw the kids. I saw the level of talent and ability that the kids had, and I kind of trained them as an adult choir. Like I trained them like adults, so that it wasn't like the little whiny kid sound. So when you hear soul children, you don't hear whiny kids. You hear kids that can stand up to any adult group. And so that's what I did. And so I trained them, and it just went from winning awards, winning. In fact, we did like the WJPC choir competition, and they won the WJPC choir competition, and that took us to the next level. And here we are, 45 years later. God still has a sense of humor. I'm dealing with other people's kids, so yeah, amen.
Okay, okay, okay. What were your early challenges? I'm sure there are some little bumps along the way, or maybe not.
Well, yeah,
No.
I mean, well, you always get your challenges, because the kids are what has happened, I guess, is that the kids do love what they do. They love the discipline that we have, because that's what we're known for, is discipline. We're known for discipline and artistic excellence. And so the kids begin to they gravitate toward me. And so a lot of times the challenges are, sometimes the parents get upset because the kids, they say, oh, they'll listen to you. I can't get them to do nothing at home.
Mm,
Or
mm.
you'll run into situations where kids are dealing with issues. I know that, well, one particular one I always go to is that a girl that came to audition for the Soul Children, she came with a friend, but she had planned on committing suicide that day. Her friend was the one that was auditioning. She wasn't planning to audition. So her friend ended up talking her into auditioning. And because she made it, her friend didn't make it, but she made it. It flipped her life. and now she's an artist. She's doing fashion in New York. She's married. She's doing amazing things, and that was one of the testimonies that she kind of shared, that because of what she experienced at the audition, it changed her whole disposition. And it went from, I'm going to commit suicide, to, I want to live. I want to do this. This is what I want to do. And that's what she's doing now.
Wow, that's an
Yeah.
amazing story.
Yeah.
Oh
That
my
was,
God.
when she told it, we was like,
Oof.
oh, it was one of those, like she said, I had made it up in my mind that once I went with my friend to this audition, I was going to end my life, because she came from a very broken type of family. She was dealing with a lot of pressure, and she, I mean, it's better for her to tell it and share it, but it was like the level of what happens when you become a part of the Soul Children, what happens when you experience a Soul Children concert. It's like how people, we've seen atheists, talking about, I didn't even believe in God, and I came to one of your concerts, and man, my life is different. Or we get all kind of testimonies like that. So that's why I think even now, this Chicago Soul Children takeover, it's time for us to do something that will impact kids, and impact the mindset, because the kids don't even understand who they are. They don't know their identity. And because of a lack of identity, you just begin to be guided by whoever wants to give you identity. And so that's why we're very, very intentional about how we approach what we do with the kids.
Yeah, yeah. So here we are now. You said 45 years. When you started, did you have any idea that it would last this long?
Nope. Absolutely not.
Okay.
Absolutely not. I told you. I mean, I was teaching school. I was teaching, in the elementary school. So I had kindergarten through 8th grade. And so I never, ever thought that we would be 45 years later here, winning Grammys, traveling to Europe, being in all different, I mean, just the types of things that we've been able to do, and to sing with the artists that we've sang with, from, I mean, everybody from Aretha to your little friend, your friends, Aretha, Dionne Warwick, Jennifer Hudson, Mariah Carey, um, Whitney Houston. I mean, you just name it. We can just go from, just start naming off, dropping names and stuff like that. And God has blessed us in 45 years.
Yeah, yeah. So now let's take one example. What was it like working with Aretha Franklin? What was that experience
Aretha
like?
Franklin, we were with her and James Brown.
Oh, wow.
We did an
Really?
event with her and James Brown. They brought her in the city, and so I put a choir together. In fact, it was not just the Soul Children. I put a choir together, and because they wanted a 200 voice choir,
Right.
so it was the Soul Children, and then I've added some people and we did it at the Argonne Ballroom, and so it was, and so we were singing. I can't even remember all the songs that she was singing, but it was one of those moments where, man, it was incredible to sing with Aretha.
Now let's talk a little bit about you. Now, your father was in the Air Force,
Yes.
so that means you lived all over the world at some point.
Yes.
Where did you live, and when did you come to Chicago?
Well, we started in Chicago
Oh,
because my
did
mom
you?
and my dad are from Chicago.
Okay.
So, but I was born in San Antonio, Texas. My brother was born in Portland, Oregon. And in second and third and fourth grade, I was in Athens, Greece, because my dad was stationed in Athens. Then we came back and we went to San Antonio, Texas. Again, we moved to Anchorage, Alaska, which is where my music career really started. Well, that's where it took off. It kind of started when I was in Greece, but it was, I mean, I ain't gonna say it. It was where I began to experiment with music in Greece. But it took off when we went to San Antonio, Texas. And then when I went to Anchorage, which was the last place before we moved back to Chicago, that's where it began to flourish.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. So now, what church do you go to and all of that?
Here in
Here in
Chicago.
Chicago.
Well, Chicago, I go to the Bill Winston Living Word Christian
Oh,
Center
yeah.
in the Forest Park area.
Yeah, yeah,
So Bill,
yeah.
yeah, I'm there. He's like my mentor and my spiritual dad of sorts. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Okay. And along the way, you were knighted doctor. What organization or who named you doctor? I love that.
Well, I was referred by a man by the name of his name is Sir James Dentley. He's one of the top motivators in our country, and he's a baron, which is he's over the the order, and it's the Royal Order of Cappadocia, which is actually one of the oldest orders. It's almost the same as the Prince in England. The Prince of, they're actually older than that particular the Queen of England and all of that. It's the Royal Order. So what they basically do is they look for people who are doing things in the in the community, making a difference in humanity. So you got doctors, lawyers, all kind of people that come in that's doing something to help better society. And so they chose me to be the a knight. And so I got my little knight, my little sword. Be
Nice.
careful. I just like how.
Oh, okay.
No, but so yeah, so that was about 3 years ago. So
Okay.
I'm Sir Walt Whitman.
Okay.
By there.
Okay.
I don't know if it means anything, but I've been trying to use it, trying to see what happens when I go on the planes. It's like, I am a knight.
Right.
Don't mess with me, I will cut you.
So silly. Oh God. Um, you also study piano at DePaul University. Right?
Well, I studied classical piano at the conservatory, the music conservatory.
Okay.
I went to DePaul for finance, for music.
Oh, really?
So I was taking accounting and stuff like that. But my music career was formed at the music conservatory, Chicago Music Conservatory, before it closed. And so that's where I studied classical. I studied music business, and all of that stuff was there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how has that helped you do what you're doing right now?
It shaped my ability to teach. So when I went to Serbia, and I worked with some classical singers singing gospel. And so I think that what my training in the conservatory allowed me to be able to articulate gospel music to people who are trained classically, so that you don't, a lot of times when you deal with people who are classical, they don't deal with gospel because gospel is considered the lower, the less than, whatever. They say, we don't do that kind of thing. We don't ruin my voice. But in that setting, in fact, the opera singers are some of the best gospel singers in the world because they know how to project. And I had the best time. I mean, it was the concert was incredible. And I just loved, that was one of my highlights, to sing with opera singers, gospel music in Serbia. And that the audience that came was just on fire. We did reprise. We kept on going. They just like, keep on, one more. So it was like my wonderful, my one moment, especially with classical and opera singers.
Yeah. I need to ask you this question. Do you have any favorite scriptures? I mean, what do you read in the Bible, a certain verse that keeps you motivated, keeps you going?
I've only got several. But I get the one that maybe sticks out is the just like it said, "But my God shall supply all of your needs according to His riches and glory," and that the giving one where it talks about giving, that God loves a cheerful giver, and that it's something about the giving, that the giving versus the receiving, that there's the blessing in the giving versus trying to receive all the time. And so I'm learning more and more about the principles of what it takes to prosper, and especially as a gospel artist. A lot of times gospel artists, they'll sing all their lives and then end up broke, poor. They ain't got nothing. Leave out of here broke and then dead and all of that other stuff. And so my desire is that I will live as an example of the truth when it says, "And thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as your soul prosper."
Amen, y'all.
Amen.
Y'all. All right.
Amen.
Let's move to Black Music Month, which is right now.
Yeah.
How should we celebrate Black Music Month? And can you share 3 of your favorite gospel songs?
Well, Black Music Month, I mean, it's great that they celebrate Black Music Month, because I think that especially now, because there's so much history being erased, I believe that it is more important now that we learn how to celebrate those that have paved the way. So when you're talking about if you want to go to the jazz, you got the Ella Fitzgerald. I was like, there was like so that you got the people who have created and gospel music. You got the James Clevelands. You got the Sally Martins. You've got the people who have paved the way for many of what we're doing now. When you're talking about James Cleveland was from Chicago, and so he paved the way and opened up the way for gospel to really begin to expand in a global community. Of course, you had Mahalia, and she did her thing.
Yeah.
But I think James Cleveland brought the Gospel Music Workshop of America, which is the whole thing where you brought musicians and artists and pastors or whatever all together in a convention so that they could learn how to become the best that you're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And so, I think this month should be the month. There should be, we should have a gospel museum. We should have,
Okay.
I know you've got gospel or you've got Black museums, but there should be something that represents the history of gospel, because right now, the way it is, it's going to be lost if we don't learn how to, people don't know who, Dolores Bear Campbell is. They don't know who Robert Anderson is. They don't know who Sally Martin is. They don't know who Jesse Dixon is, and those are people who were in the gospel arena, and it's like they died. And, the Barrett sisters, the more you go, the farther you go, the less they know. And so I try to teach the kids, how to do the hymns and how to learn the songs that will, the songs of old, I should say. And they got it. I mean, they begin to, take to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, can you name any songs that you like that you would recommend people listen to
From the soul
from
children?
gospel?
From gospel?
And it could be soul children as well.
Well,
Yes.
when you talk about, when you're talking about gospel, Aretha Franklin probably had the best record for gospel, the Amazing Grace album, and that was with James Cleveland and the Southern Cal.
Yeah.
When you're talking about gospel, most people will recognize that.
Sure.
And now
Sure.
and so in reference to, with recently the Richard Smallwoods, the Smallwood singers, the Donald Lawrence. If you're talking about songs that are timeless, then we've got the Hawkins family, got Change with Tremaine, and you got Love Center, Love Alive, and those songs are songs that will remain. Those songs, and and for the Soul Children of Chicago, we've got Perfect Praise, which is one of those songs that have become. It's actually a part of the hymnal now. We have songs in the hymnal. We've been doing songs, and I believe that God has given to us the ability to make an impact as a youth choir, to make a statement in the nation. As one of the few, we have the oldest internationally acclaimed Grammy Award-winning youth gospel choir in the
Yeah, there it is.
in Chicago.
Yeah,
Amen.
there it is. Yeah.
My shameless plug.
He is a mess. Tell us. See, our time is almost over.
Okay.
I can't believe it. So tell us again about the concert coming up next month. Where will it be? How they can get tickets? Tell us all that again.
Go to our website, soulchildrenchicago.org. That's soulchildrenchicago.org, and you will be able to get all your information there. You will also be able to, you can call us at 773 881-8120, and that's for auditions and for tickets. And then you definitely can look us up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, even the TikTok. We got it all.
Okay.
And and the concert is going to be at 114th and Vincennes, which is the APC Theater. That's at 6:00 on July the 26th at 6:00, and we start on time. So be in the place. We look for you. Be there.
I love it. All right. Anything else on your mind you want to share? Any music coming?
We got new music.
Okay.
We do have a lot of music.
Okay.
We in fact we've got a brand new series that's on Instagram right now called Sunday School. We've collaborated with a man by the name of Sir the Baptist and Megan. Sir the Baptist he's a 3-time Grammy Award winner. Megan is the first African American puppeteer on Sesame Street. And so she's created this thing called Sunday School, and we have a song called Happy Sunday. But Sunday School is getting it's on Instagram right now. So for kids that are in For your little toddlers, you're looking for something that is wholesome, that is healthy. That would be Sunday school would be the one that you want to go to. Just look it up. Just type in Sunday school on Instagram or Google on YouTube, and just go and look at it. And what she has is amazing. So that's part of what we're doing. I mean, we're doing so many things, but we got new music coming out. We got our old music, which is still standing. That is a reunion project called Still Standing. You go to Spotify and all those other things, and you can get it there. So yeah, just look us up. We're there.
Cool. All right. So
what?
before we close, I got to do a couple of little thank yous to someone that you do know, Sasha Dalton.
Thank you, Sasha.
Sasha Dalton
I would
brought
not be
us
here without you.
Yes, indeed. So she's very supportive. And also, I've got to say to Howard Sandifer and his wife, Darlene
Yes.
Sandifer,
Yes.
they're the founders of the Chicago West Community Music Center. And this whole video podcast was their idea. They said, let's have lively conversation with newsmakers such as Walt Whitman. So here we are. So
Well,
I think,
I thank the Sandifer,
Yes.
Mr. Sandifer, for allowing us to have this moment,
yes.
and that we're going to be working together. All right.
I like that. And for the viewers out there, you've got to click like and subscribe, y'all. Click like and subscribe.
Right now.
Right now, y'all.
Yeah.
Click like and subscribe.
Right below you.
We need the numbers. We need you. We need you. So thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next week. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.